He was born in South Africa. He spent most of his life in prison. He revolutionized the way international relations are dealt with today, and he was the first black president of his country. His name is Nelson Mandela, and he had a quote that said, "If you speak to a man in a language that he knows, that'll go to his head. But if you speak to a man in his language that is native to him, then that goes to his heart." Hi, my name is Alex Tremansky, and today I'll be talking to you guys about why I feel that it is important to have more translating positions in your company and in your field here today. I would like to give you guys a preview of what I'll talk about today. The first will be the qualifications and the needs of the market and why, based on the research that I've conducted, that is important. The second thing that I'll cover today will be how I feel like I could add to the team and why I feel like what I have and the skills that I can provide to the table would be beneficial for your company. The third thing that I'll talk about is a really quick story about pizza. Get excited. And then I'll wrap things up. So now that I've talked about essentially what I'll cover today, I'd like to jump right into what the need is. So I guess, how many of you guys speak more than one language? Yeah, a good number of you guys, right? So according to Brooks in 2017, over 20% of the U.S. population speak more than one language. That, it could be Spanish, it could be German, anything European, maybe Mandarin, Hindu. But the idea is that there's a very diverse kind of market, and so when it comes to these companies that we're applying for, I felt like it's really important to have an actual position that allows to, for one individual to help two individuals communicate. So it yields wider customer service. If you want to be service-minded, the best way to be service-minded is to help people, help get their questions answered. Now there is scarcity, so a lot of bilingual employees, through my experience, they work, but they don't utilize their languages to help the company. They only kind of work maybe in the cafeteria or in retail, and they don't really use their language. So companies that have translating positions, they do look for experience. They want to see someone that is going to school and maybe taking classes in that language or actually practicing at home. And then they also look for effective communicators. This is a big theme for any position. I mean, if you want to have, unless you're sitting behind a computer working on Excel documents, even if you're a receptionist at a doctor's office, you still need to be able to get your point across efficiently and effectively. So now that I've talked about the needs of translating positions, I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you guys my story and what I feel like I can contribute to the team. So I do have some leadership skills that I've been working on from my position at Leaps and Bounders. That was in Pennsylvania, so I actually taught gymnastics classes, ages 5, 6, 7. I did birthday parties, handed out pizza, cleaned stuff up, played with kids in bouncy castles. It was lots of fun. Acme Markets, that kind of essentially shows, hopefully, that I have some humility in me because I'm willing to push carts and willing to take out the trash and I'm willing to take a minimum wage job even though I'm in high school and I know that in the future I can do better than that. Southwestern Advantage, this is a program that I did last summer in North Carolina. I worked lots and lots of hours. I worked really, really hard for 12 weeks and that kind of hopefully exemplifies my work ethic. UCLA, so this is to show that I have ambitions, I have dreams and goals. So I'm here at Valencia, I'll be going to UCF in the fall, and I do have ambitions to apply for an MBA at UCLA. So now that I've talked about my contributions here that I can bring to the table, I'd like to go ahead and give you guys a really quick story about pizza. So you guys know when you're studying for finals, and maybe it's 2 a.m. and you realize your stomach is gurgling, right? And then you decide, we're going to order some pizza, right? That sounds good right now. It's like 2 a.m. we eat pizza. So then the pizza delivery guy, he goes, pizza! And then, you open the door, but he doesn't speak any English. But you don't speak any, Spanish or Hindu or whatever he's speaking. And then you ask him what kind of tips should I leave? But then he can't communicate to you. So what I would do is I would jump right in and say, él dice que la cuenta es $10. Y él puede responder que solamente $10. Y él dice que es solamente $10. And so the problem would be resolved. So now that I've talked about, essentially what the industry of Java translators are, what would be good and beneficial for the company, and how I would fill those needs, I would like to, ask for a position at your place, even though you may have two decisions. Whether I feel like I would be a good fit here for your position, or somewhere else. I do respect you guys' time. I do respect you guys hearing and listening to me. And I'd like to leave you guys with a quote by Alik Ice. He was a songwriter, singer, rapper, author, entrepreneur, and in his book, The Author of Greatness, he said this: "I would rather aim high and miss the mark than low and make it." Dziękuję, że słuchaliście na mnie. Gracias por escuchando me. Thank you for listening.